Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, got two announcements to make before we get into this video. The first announcement is I'm going down to, as a lot of you guys know, and a lot of you guys were new subscribers from this story I covered, Carlee Russell. Now, the Carlee Russell trial, it's a jury trial, will start Monday, March 18th of this year. I told you guys I'll be going down there. I got my room and stuff secured, but I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm looking at some of these details on here with this reporting. This is not going to be a one-day thing. I just realized it's not going to be a one-day thing. Most likely, I'm going to probably spend another couple of days, or it might be that whole week down there. So that's the first announcement. The Cash App you see up here, I'm trying to do a meet and greet because I'm extending my stay already. You know, I've already just done that on my computer. I've extended my stay. So by the time with me down there, I'll be still doing my video stories for you guys. And I'll also, you know, try to set up a meet and greet. Every time I go places, I try to set up a meet and greet, especially a lot of these big name cases out of this city, you know, that is done. I try to meet the people and, you know, hear their point of view and just meet and greet and get to know my subscribers. And I want to do that this time. I've done it in Memphis. I've done it in Charlotte. So I'm coming to Hoover with the trial. Why not meet the people that make this channel, you know, great? So I'm going to do that. You see the Cash App on here. If anybody wants to donate, help me towards, you know, finding a place where we all can meet, because I got a huge influx. People have contacted me in the emails. It was like, hey, are you going to do a meet and greet? I'm like, yeah, well, I'll debate about want to do a meet and greet. It's a tradition I got. When I go places, only right I meet the people that make me who I am. So you see the Cash App on there? Those that know, you know, been with me for a while, they know what it is. By all means, you can contribute to it. I'll shout you out. And speaking of shout outs with the Cash App, I want to give a special thanks to one of my subscribers, Miss Vanessa. Miss Vanessa, thank you so much for that Cash App donation you had. You did. You didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it all the same. The second announcement I want to make, I have to start pushing this live stream earlier in the week instead of just on Friday. Every Friday I do a live stream that's totally different than I do on here. A lot of you guys, I got a big influx of new subscribers. I got a live stream I do on Friday nights at 7 where I sit and I speak and tell stories, funny stories at that. You know, to you guys, give you a little bit about, you know, little history lesson about my lifestyle, who raised me, funny things that happened in my life. Just, you know, it's a break from the normal depressing stories that we do. And we have a time to, you know, just get on there and have a fellowship and just talk amongst ourselves. And like, you know, since we've been doing this over a year, we have a big following in the chat of really good people. And it's like, I don't know a lot of these people personally, but we're family all the same. And it's a wonderful atmosphere. So I invite everybody that has never been to a live stream that I've done. I do them every Friday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Trust me, ask anybody in the chat. You'll see the comments. They'll tell you it's definitely worth it. Now, I want to get into this story. I try to do big stories like this. You'll see me do a lot of videos on them because I do a lot of thinking and I do a lot of reading of your comments. So far, the situation with this Madeline Soto case, we're not going to talk about Stephen Stearns. We're going to talk more about the mother in this situation, Jennifer Soto, because she's catching the most hell. Let's be real. We've all seen the crazy stuff. And I'm telling you, this story, this case right here, as this thing goes along, you're going to hear more and more bombshells being dropped. And it's going to leave us all in a state of confusion and disbelief. I'm sure of it. This is one of the strangest cases I've seen, and a lot of you guys have commented on it, how strange this is. But you heard different rumors, and I don't want to go into those rumors about him, about her, about them as a family, about their family structure, about what's going on. What I want to talk about in here today is You know, I want to play devil's advocate. Now, I have my own opinion about her, and I said it in my video. Some people agree with me, some people didn't. Some people are still on the fence, saying, hey, but the mother, until everything comes out, we don't know for sure. And that's true. We don't know for sure. But I mean, people with common sense, have their own opinions and relate to things in the event of how they would have it relate to them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play devil's advocate, like I said, right? What if everything Jennifer Soto's saying, besides the we dropped them off that everybody's talking about, and a lot of the scripted stuff she said, what if some of the stuff she said was true? Think about that. And it's a possibility. We think we know everything sometimes when we sit in here as YouTubers and we talk and we ain't nothing but, guesstimating like everybody else. But what if by circumstance she is right? Because remember, I said she suffered from Stockholm syndrome. That's what I believe. It's not no, but she has the prime traits of that. She in love with the person that was a terror in the house. Can't do no wrong. Reason why I'm bringing up all of this stuff and saying maybe she's right, something ran through my head. Check this out. You notice when they had that interview, when it was him and then it was her and then it was him crying and stuff, and then she went and comforted him. You notice he never comforted her. That's a big thing right there. I think, honestly, with the way the household was, and this is just my opinion, how the household was, he was like a child in that house. And if she didn't give him way, he acted out in unimaginable ways that will never be known because only she knows, and he would only do that in front of her and probably in front of Maddie as well. I think that, and the reason why I brought that up is I think that when this story happened, because remember, this guy is a predator. When the story happens, he did the isolation thing like abusers do. She seen a side of him she never seen before. Thus, she consoled him. He probably never cried, has a selfish way about him. But when he got in front of the camera and he cried, oh, I take full responsibility. She never seen that before. And I think that was not only for you and I, the listening audience, watching that on TV, but it was also for her. That's a possibility, y'all. Think about it. It might have also been for her because she sees him a certain way. When she was doing her interview, her eyes was moving and all this other stuff. We was reading body language on a normal level. She looked like she lying, but this ain't no normal case. It's not. It's not a normal case. What if everything he told her, and you ever been around somebody and you seen them do this? Like you see this in women. I ain't never seen it. Well, I seen it in a guy once where it's a dominant member of a relationship and they say something to somebody and just accept them to believe it, right? And when you say something to the person, you see their eyes moving and they're like, well, if that's the case, before they can answer, the person either comes with another thing to throw them off kilter where they don't get with that answer, the question answered, because they already know the question they is going to ask. So they got something set up after that. So as soon as that person like, well, wait a minute, you make that face like, wait a minute. And then they hit you with something else to knock you off of it. He might have did that when they said she was missing. Maybe Jen don't know at the time we was watching on TV that he was the one that killed her. And then when she's sitting there, she's thinking, she's like in her head, she's saying, oh God, I hope he's not the one that did it, or he has something to do with where my daughter is. Because I think she knew from looking at that video, and I don't know if she knew it at that time, she knew he had something to do with the death or the disappearance of her daughter. And I think that was God eating on her conscience because she was trying to stay focused in an interview that was live interview. But all of the stuff that he was saying to her, she was unfolding the lies. You ever have like something happen to you and then like your mind just start clicking, your subconscious, and you're like, oh my God, this is why this is It explains it all. She might have had one of those epiphanies on the television. We don't know, because the way she was acting was weird. I mean, her mind was going a million miles an hour. Eyes darting all over her head. She was shaking again. He was standing behind her to make sure she said things verbatim, because a lot of us said it seemed like it was scripted. The only way it could have been scripted is if he told her certain things, right? And, he told her certain things that he wants her only to know. So when she does come out and talk, she don't sound too far for what he said. That's why the separate interviews of when they talk to her, that they're talking to her now since he's been locked up. They're talking to her now, answering the questions. It's not adding up, because she don't have to remember all the lies and stuff he told her was the truth when she was in front of these cameras. Think about it. He already had her mind. She probably don't know up from down even now. Now, yesterday they had a small memorial, or a gathering for Maddie Soto at a local church with the family's permission. The mother didn't show up. A lot of people saying the mother went and hiding. And is it a sign of guilt? I don't know if it's a sign of guilt. It might be a sign of, damn, all this might have crashed down on her. I don't know. And there'll be some idiot in the comment section. I'm just talking on this video. They're going to say everything I'm saying is how I feel. I think the mother's guilty and need to be locked up too. And like I said before, don't be surprised if it's a lot of stuff that comes out in this video, in the next coming weeks, that has us all like scratching our hair out in one spot. Like, what the is that? I think this case is big. Like, it's in other countries and everything. I know the case was big nationwide, but this case is like out there. A lot of people know about this case. I did a live stream at night, and it was people in Australia and Great Britain talking about it. UK. Shout out to both places. It's a strange occurrence. But think about it. Just going far left. What if she's totally innocent besides her knowing that he was doing this, which is debatable, because if she says no and nobody comes forward and says she knew, that don't mean nothing, because they already got him. So we'll dismiss that part for a second. But the part of she didn't know he killed her, and she didn't know where the body was at. You see what I'm saying? What if what she's saying is true? Not to piss anybody off. What if she really didn't know he was touching this child? Because remember, I said in my other video, I said a lot of times children watch what you do, not what you say, and look at the person as the position of power, and they see them submitting to this man. And you gotta remember, if he's doing this stuff with Maddie's seen his true form. And I'm gonna tell you something, a younger mind, a lot of times, is smarter than the older mind that's being oppressed. A lot of times children will just emotionally check out. And if you look at Maddie's picture, she looks like she's smart. 13-year-old girl, she's smart. And she knew how to survive in that house. After all that hell she was going through. That's something we need to think about. But this video was just, me talking, and just something to get you guys commenting in the thing. Does some of the stuff I say make sense? If it does, let me know. This is just a video where we just talking amongst ourselves. But stranger things have happened in history. And this is one of the strangest stories I've covered since I've been doing these type of videos on YouTube. And honestly, man, it sounds messed up because it's a child gone, but I'm anxious to see what this was really about. Really about, how much she knew and how much she didn't know, because she's getting dragged all over the internet. She is. And you know me, if all this come out to be a lie, I'm going to be the first one on here like, yo, I got to apologize personally. but I don't think I'm gonna have to do it in this case. This right here is a learning lesson for a lot of people. When you got a man that's beating you down and making you feel less than nothing, you might wind up like this. For real, this is another end of that spectrum of pain and pleasure. Your pain and his pleasure through him oppressing you. Don't be no fool, man. And this goes for guys too, because this is a mind game. This is a mind game. It can affect a man or a woman. And a lot of times the child suffers. Madeline was suffering long before he took her life. And not just with the abuse she was taking, but the abuse of watching her mom be abused. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like I said, comment and let me know. You know what I'm saying? I will run the Cash App from now until the time I leave. I got a 10-hour drive on March 18th. I ain't never drove that long. Y'all gonna have to wish me the best because I'm kind of shook. That's a far drive. But I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I love you as always. See you in the next video.